Good morning, everyone. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Today we are going to learn Class 6, Subject English, Lesson number 16, A Midsummer Night Dreams, Part 2, written by great writer विलियम शेक्सपियर. आज हम क्लास 6 सब्जेक्ट इंग्लिश का लेसन नंबर 16 जो कि है मिड समर नाइट ड्रीम जिसको लिखा है विलियम शेक्सपियर ने वो पढ़ने जा रहे हैं. Now the scene turns to Hermia, who made good her escape that night from her father's house. She made her beloved Lysander waiting for her at the appointment place, and they began to walk in the direction of their aunt's house. They had hardly travelled half a way through the wood when Hermia began to feeling tired and exerted. Lysander says, "Come, Hermia, we shall both rest here on the bank of soft moss till morning. For when we have rested well, we will be able to move faster in the morning towards our destination." Saying this, the both fell to the ground and lay down a little apart from each other before falling into deep sleep. Soon Puck, the naughty spirit, come across them. Puck, aha! This must be the handsome young man, and this must be the beautiful lady who love the rejected Oberon. Must be referring to this couple. They are alone together, so she must be the first that he would see when they wake up. Without trying much longer, he poured out the juice of little purple flower on the listener's eyelid. Unfortunately, Lysander felt the juice droplet and woke up. Suddenly, the first person he saw was Helena, who just happened to come into his view. Puck's assumption that Lysander would be see Hermia first when he woke up was a big blunder indeed. कुछ ऐसी घटना होती है कि हर्मिया अपने घर से भागने में कामयाब हो जाती है लाइसेंडर के साथ, और लाइसेंडर और हर्मिया जो है वो जंगल के रास्ते से अपने आंट के घर जा रहे होते हैं. पर उसी दरमियान हर्मिया जो है वो बहुत थक जाती है और लिसेंडर कहता है कि अगर तुम्हें एग्जर्शन लग रहा है, तुम थक गई हो, तो हम थोड़ी देर के लिए सो जाते हैं. और जैसे ही वो नींद में आ जाते हैं वहाँ पर पक पहुँच जाता है और पक देखता है कि ये लोग दोनों सो गए हैं. और पक सोचता है कि जैसे ही मैं लिसेंडर की आंखों में पर्पल फ्लावर का जूस डालूंगा और वो उठेगा और सबसे पहले हर्मिया को देखेगा तो उसे हर्मिया से प्यार हो जाएगा. पर एक बिग ब्लंडर मिस्टेक हो जाती है कि जैसे ही वो उसकी आंखों में पर्पल फ्लावर का जूस डालने के लिए जाता है और उसी वक्त लेसेंडर को कुछ फील होता है और वो आंखें खोल के देखता है, तो वो सबसे पहले हर्मिया को नहीं बल्कि हेलेना को देखता है. तो उसका जो प्यार है वो हर्मिया के लिए नहीं होता, वो हेलेना से प्यार करने लगता है, जिससे एक बिग ब्लंडर क्रिएट हो जाता है. लेट्स सी आगे क्या होता है. Lysander says, "You are more beautiful than Hermia, like a dove that is more beautiful than Ravine. I can run through fire for you, my love, my heartbeat." And he continued to pursue Helena, expressing his love in extravagant admiration as a love lost man. Helena, hearing such a remarks come from Lysander, whom she knew was her friend's lover and engaged to marry her, was astonished and furious. She thought Lysander was making fun of her. Helena says in her shouting voice, "Oh, was I born to be mocked and scorned? By everyone, enough is enough, young man. Here I am, laughing for a gentle look or even one kind word for Demetrius. But you, sir, why must you pretend to mock me in this manner by pretending to love me? I thought, Lysander, you were kinder than him. Meantime, Hermia suddenly woke up and seeing herself all alone, she got up and began to wander around in the wood, wondering what happened to Lysander. On the other hand, Demetrius, unable to locate either Hermia or his rival Lysander, was beginning to get tired with his fruitless search and so fell asleep. Oberon found Puck wondering what to do and looking at Demetrius, who was fast asleep. Oberon says, "Tell me what happened, Puck." Puck says, "Your Majesty, I'm sorry I made a blunder in applying the love charm to another man's eyes, believing him to be this fellow sleeping here. Now, what to do?" Oberon then proceeded to touch Demetrius' eyelid with the love juice. Just as he finished dropping the love potion, Demetrius opened his eyes, and the first person he saw was Helena. And just like Lysander, Demetrius to begin to express his love for Helena. Demetrius says, "Oh, Helena, my love, my sugar pie, my sweetheart, I love you so much, very much." Helena becomes speechless. Now she had both men expressing love to her at the same time, as both of them were heavily under the influence of powerful love potion. Hermia arrived on the scene in search of her Lysander. Poor Helena thought they all ganged up together to make fun of her. But Hermia was as much as surprised as Helena was. She could not fathom why Lysander, Demetrius were both much a surprise as Helena was. Lysander and Demetrius, who both loved her before, were now in the love with her friend Helena. She did not find the matter funny at all. The young ladies, who were best of friends once before, now turned upon each other accusingly. Helena says, Hermia says, "You stolen my Lysander's love for me." Helena says, "Unkinded Hermia, you are the one who set Lysander to upset me with false praise and expressing love to me. I am indeed surprising at him. You have also turned your other lover Demetrius, who used to kick me with his foot. You are making him call him name as such as goodness, night precious, rare, and celestial. He, of his own accord, would never use such loving words to talk to me because he hates me and make fun of me. All the time you are unkind, Hermia, to join with this man and poke fun and score me to shame. Have you forgotten the good friendship we enjoyed during our school days? How often, Hermia, we sat together on one cushion, both singing the same song, and worked our needle in embroidering the same flower on the same sampler, growing up like inseparable twins. How can you, Hermia, be so unfriendly now, you unladylike, to join with this man to score me, your poor friend?" Hermia says, "I'm amazed at your angry word." Helena, "I'm not mocking you. Instead, you are the ones who is mocking me." Helena says, "Oh yes, me? Dear, keep it up. Pretend to look serious and then make face at me. behind my back. Why, you must even be winking at each other to keep the joke going. If you had any pity, grace, and manner, you would not treat me like this. And so the ladies continued sparring words at each other. Meanwhile, the two young men turned aside to have a good hand to feast fight over. Helena in the bargain, they moved away from the ladies, tumbling like roaring lions, trying to prove who love was stronger by sheer strength. Suddenly, Helena and Hermia realized that the man had gone away from their side, so they set off one more in search of them and wandered off, veering deeper in the wood. इसमें हेलेना और हर्मिया की फाइट होती है क्योंकि लव जूस लिसेंडर की आंखों में गिरता है। इसकी वजह से लिसेंडर दोनों से प्यार करने लगता है और दोनों को ऐसा लगता है, हेलेना को ऐसा लगता है कि लिसेंडर उससे मजाक कर रहा है और हर्मिया को ऐसा लगता है कि लिसेंडर हेलेना से प्यार करता है और हेलेना ने हर्मिया का प्यार चुरा लिया है। पर ऐसा नहीं होता है, वो जो भी होता है वो लव ज्यूस का इफेक्ट होता है। नाउ कम टू अवर सीन 2। फेरी किंग ऑबेरॉन पक एंड विटनेस स्क्विरल एंड लिस्टेड instantly. Oberon, was all this make? Oberon says, was all this mistake, Puck, or did you play your as usual tricks? Puck says, honestly, O king of shadow, it was a mistake. Did you not tell me to recognize the man by his Athenian clothes? However, I find this going on very humorous, and I am not sorry that this has happened. Oberon says, you saw, didn't you? Those two men have started their fight already. I ordered you to blanket the night with the thing, fog, and lead this quarrelsome lover so far apart in dark that they will be unable to find each other. If need be, mimic their voice to each other to keep them daring each other on and follow you. Do this till they are so weary that they just fall asleep. Then you take this other flower, squeeze and the juice into Lysander's eye. When he awakens, he will have forgotten his new love for Helena and returned to his old love for Hermia. This was the two pretty young ladies will each be happy with the man they love, and they will begin to think that all this happened was bad dream. Go get going with this quick, Puck. Whistle. I go and see what my sweet love Titania has found. Titania was still sleeping nearly a weaver. Workman who had lost his way in the wood was asleep. Oberon says, this fellow shall be my Titania's true love. He magically fixed an ash hat over the waver. The fit was excellent, as if it might have grown upon his own shoulders. However, the fixing of the ash hat woke the weavers up, and unconscious of what Oberon had done on him, he wandered toward the bower where the fairy queen slept. Titania, opening her eye, oh, what kind of angel do I see? Are you as wise as you are handsome? The juice of little purple flower was beginning to take effect. Weaver says, why, madam, if I was wise, I would have enough sense to get myself out of this wood where I am lost. Titania says, please don't wish yourself out of the wood, for I am not an ordinary spirit. I love you. See, come with me and I will give you fairies to look after you. Titania called four fairies and her fairies, namely Pea Blossom, Cobweb, Moth, and Mustard Seed. Titania to fairies, look after this sweet gentleman. Hope in his walks and skip in his sighs. Feed him with grapes and apricots and steal the honey bags from the bees for him. Titania says to the weaver, come, sit with me and let me stroke your lovely hair, cheeks, my darling, and kiss your beautiful long ears. Weaver says, where is Pea Blossom? Pea Blossom says, I'm here, sir. Bottom says, scratch my hair. Where is Cobweb? Cobweb says, here, sir. Bottom says, good for your cobweb. Now go and bring me the honey bag from the red bumbly bee on the top of that thistle over there. Do not make too much trouble, Mr. Cobweb, and take care that the honey bag does not break. I should be sorry if you were drowned in honey. Now, where is Mustard Seed? Mustard Seed says, I'm here, sir, at your service. What can I do for you? Bottom says, scratch my head. Help Pea Blossom to scratch my head. I must go a bubble for a shiver, Mr. Mustard Seed, for I think I am astonishingly hair about the face. Queen said, my love, my sweet love, what would you like to eat? I have a brave fairy who can find the squirrel's heart and fetch you some new nuts. Bottom says, I would prefer to have hat full of peas. He now began to have an ashes appetite with his ash head. But please let none of your people disturb me, for now I would like to sleep. Queen says, sleep then, I will wrap my arm around you. Oh, how I do love you! How I adore you! When Oberon the fairy king saw the weaver sleeping in the arm of the queen, he came to her and scolded her with having lavishing her love upon an ash she could not deny it. As the weaver was lying there asleep in her arm with his ashes head crowned with flowers by her, the Oberon continued to tease his fairy queen for more time. Suddenly, in the midst of his teasing, he asked her to give him the changingly boy, and she did so without further ado. Once getting what he wanted, Oberon then took pity on the disgraceful situation and poured some of the juice, the other flower, on Titania's eyelid. The fairy queen immediately recovered her sense. She was thunderstruck at the sight of bottom. Titania said, I loathe the sight of this strange monster. Oberon then ordered Puck to remove the ass head from the bottom and leave him to finish his nap with own fool's head upon his shoulder. Oberon and Titania become good friends. Once again, Oberon then narrated the story of the young lover in the wood. Their midnight quarreled, and she agreed to go with him to see the end of their adventure. The fairy king and queen soon found the four Athenians asleep on the grass, quite close to each other. Puck tried to make up for his mistake and worked hard to make up for his mistake and worked hard to bring them all the same place without anyone realizing that the other were there. He then carefully removed the charm from Lysander's eye with the juice the fairy king had given them. Hermia woke up the first, and she turned and saw the lost Lysander asleep so near her, kept looking at him, wondering at his strange, faithfulness. Lysander, upon opening his eyes and saw his dear Hermia and came to his sense, and the memory of all his love and Hermia flooded back. They began to talking to each other at once, wondering if this thing had really happened or whether they were both dreaming the same bewildering dream. By now, Demetrius and Helena too woke up. The sleep had calmed Helena's anger, and she listened to Demetrius with delight. Demetrius says, "Do you know how much I love you, Helena?" Helena says to Hermia, "Please forgive me for all the unkind words I said to you." Hermia says, "Oh, to Helena need to forgive me for misunderstanding you and saying horrid things to you. Please forgive me." By this time, Hermia's father, Aegeus, arrived there in search of his runaway daughter. Demetrius to Aegeus. Demetrius said to Aegeus, "Sir, I no longer neither love your daughter nor desire to marry her. Please do not oppose her marriage to Lysander, whom she loves. I love my Helena and desire to marry her only." Then all mutually agree to marry on the fourth day, that fateful day that Hermia was condemned to death. Instead, it would be day of rejoicing and merriment at joint wedding celebration. The two friends, Hermia and Helena, to their true love. Oberon and Titania, the fairy king and queen, who were the invisibly spectacle of this happy ending, were throughoutly pleased with the part they played in bringing about this happy occasion, that they too decided to join in celebration on the wedding and declare that day to be day of sports and game throughout their fairy kingdom. And now, you reader, if you do not believe in fairies, elves and the prank they played, just imagine you were asleep and dreaming that all this adventure was just a beautiful movie you saw in Midsummer Night Dreams. लास्ट में ऐसा होता है कि दोनों की शादी उनकी पसंद से हो जाती है, हर्मिया के लिसिंडर से और हेलेना की ड्रामेट्रियस से। और शादी होते के साथ ये स्टोरी यहाँ पर ख़त्म होती है। सो थैंक यू।